Thank you. I want to first thank Representatives Grove and Christiana, as well as Shelley Linder of the Office of Legislative Outreach, and our fellow Republicans and unnamed civil servants in departments of the executive branch who sought to draw our attention to what they believed was a serious problem. We've heard countless promises from the administration, promising openness, accountability, and transparency in this administration's operations. This report clearly demonstrates he has not followed through on those promises to the people of the Commonwealth. Beyond the governor's lack of transparency to the people, he's circumventing the responsibility of the executive branch to be accountable to the legislature, and I say to the people. The PennWatch program and others are there for the governor, for the administration, to put that information out in order to be accountable to the people and to the legislature. The governor is not a king. He is responsible for managing the affairs of state as directed through the representatives of the people of the Commonwealth, that is, the legislature. The legislature writes the laws. His responsibility is to execute those laws. The legislature creates and passes a budget. We did that in June. His responsibility is to manage the executive branch in a manner that fulfills the law while operating within the budget. It's true that he has a limited ability to lock the passage of those laws and budget, but that ability is not without limits, and he does not have the authority to operate outside the bounds of the laws. Having a lack of transparency gives us an inability to actually check and balance and be sure that he is not operating outside the bounds of those laws. This is a republic. It's not a dictatorship. One reason I make these references is the fact that on June 29th, 2015, one of the waivers you will hear and read about from the DHS was submitted to bring forward funds to pay for the switchover Governor Wolf made to Obamacare. Beyond the fact that the request was made prior to, and let me repeat that, prior to the governor's veto of our balanced budget, it specifically stated the reason for the request was for the Affordable Care Act, and I quote, "The department notes that many items were unknown during the budget request process and new requirements are still unknown," end quote. In other words, the governor unilaterally made the switch to Obamacare without knowing how much it would cost the taxpayers of Pennsylvania. The timing also lends to the appearance that the DHS knew the governor would veto the budget before the governor had even read it. There are thousands of good public servants in Pennsylvania who want our Commonwealth to operate under the rules of the Constitution and the law. Information from a couple of them actually prompted our review. Personally, executive branch abuse of power is what motivated me to leave civil service in the first place and become a legislator in order to apply the checks and balances on the executive. It's nice to know there are still others out there who have their CYA files and are willing to point us in the right direction. Given the roadblocks that have been put in our way as we've been working to exercise our responsibilities for oversight, checks, and balances to the executive authority, Representatives Grove, Christiana, and I have chosen to present the people of the Commonwealth with this report. Our intent is to put a spotlight on the lack of transparency, alert everyone in the Commonwealth that there are people in the executive branch who think that they have the right to spend the people's hard-earned money with no accountability, and also to encourage people at every level of state government, whether they have oversight authority or not, to shine a very bright light into the cracks and crevices that our spending is being hidden, where our spending is being hidden. Those cracks and crevices are infested. They lie under the financial floor our Commonwealth walks on. They put the financial base of our children's future in danger of collapse. Representative Christiana is the creator of and will speak of PennWatch. The program was created by the legislature to ensure accountability, to ensure that we in the legislature would have the people of Pennsylvania assisting us in the oversight of how your money is being spent. Transparency. I encourage you to pay close attention to how this program is being subverted. The administration has made millions of financial transactions between July 1st and October 15th. In fact, over 5 million in that period. Most of them are hidden, as Representative Grove has delineated here. He's already walked you through the details that demonstrate without question there is both an utter lack of transparency and an immediate need for the people of the Commonwealth to have access to what this administration is spending its money on. This is a call to action for legislators, for the Auditor General, for civil servants, the press, and the people of this Commonwealth. The mission is truth. We only get there by transparency and accountability. Every one of us is important in this quest for truth because every one of us, every child or grandchild we have in this state will be affected by what is hidden beneath the halls of government. Thank you.